listening to the Nerdy Reads podcast, a hipster goblin media production.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdy Reads podcast. We read nerdy stuff such as sci-fi, fantasy books, comics, manga, horror, and all other nerd things from around the globe. And today we discuss our favorite unsung heroes, Stephen King's new book, and some rapid-fire bookish questions. We will also have what could possibly be the most disgusting item ever consumed on the New Stuff Cafe today. I'm one of your hosts, Justin, and with me is the person who enjoys making those left-field predictions about every book we read. It's Robert. What's up, dude?
Justin, what's going on? That's accurate, dude. I'm always way out in left field. I can't predict anything. But, dude, I'm stoked. This is our last episode before the Thanksgiving holiday, one of my favorite holidays. And if you are the gravy to my mashed potatoes, you got to have a little something sweet on the plate. My cranberry sauce. It's Dylan.
Wow. It is an honor, an absolute pleasure. An absolute pleasure to be considered your cranberry sauce, my friend.
Oh,
But,
Pause. That's pause.
that's a big time pause.
listen, I'm very glad to be back with you fellas. I know I've been kind of MIA on a few episodes here recently, but I'm ready to lock back in for this holiday season. I got a whole story to write. But
Yes.
you know, while I have all this pressure on me, we got a very, very special guest who should have even more pressure on his shoulders right now because he's about to eat an absolute heinous meal in a bowl, and it's our boy, Virgil. Welcome, Virgil.
What up, Dylan? What up, fellas? I appreciate y'all having me back once again. Maybe not the best of circumstances, but hey, I guess it could be worse. So.
I was going to say, do you appreciate it, though, based on what we're doing today?
I mean, you know, I always say that I've ate enough potlucks in my lifetime that it can't be worse than that, bro. So, I mean, It is what it is, bro. I mean, companies grew up on potlucks. Here's looking at you, Carmax. So, yeah. So, I'm here, bro. I'm here for it. We gonna figure out if it's a culinary experience or, bro, I might just have to go silent as I'm throwing up in the trash can, but we'll figure it out.
Well, we look forward to that here in just a moment. But before we get there, Robert, do you have a question for us today?
Yeah, guys, I want to know, what nerdy thing are you thankful for this year? Everyone's thankful for family and friends. Forget that. What nerdy thing are you thankful for this year?
Dylan, we're going to let you start this one, bro, since you just got back, man. Hit us.
Nerdy thing that I'm thankful for this year. I feel like I'm going to say the return of Hayden Christensen in Ahsoka.
Ooh, nice.
I
That's
would
good.
say-
Good
That was
shout.
really good.
I think that was this year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was beginning of this year. You're right.
I'll go with mine next. I'm going to say that the nerdy thing I'm thankful for this year is Marvel Unlimited subscription. What an amazing value for what you get. Been on a journey to read all of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, and right now I'm on the older stuff. I had to go back so I can understand the references of some of the stuff they're using now, but getting close to finishing that journey. How about you,
Right.
Virgil?
Comic book owners are going to be writing you a whole bunch of angry letters, my friend. There you go. Because it is Thanksgiving and it is that time of year, you know, the thing that I'm thankful for, man, and it's the thing that I'm thankful for at all times of the year, and that's waifu yams. We have not been disappointed this year in any way, shape, or form. And being that we have watched a lot of anime this year, the yams are plenty. So I'm just saying, you always got to bless the yams. Always.
Robert, what do you got for us, bro? It can't be better than waifu yams.
There's no answer better than waifu yams. Mine's gonna be Hoopla. I just started using Hoopla this year. It's free if you have a library card. I've been listening to all the Harry Potter audiobooks on it. Hoopla, libraries, librarians in general, underdeserved pillar of our community, libraries. And I'm also thankful for our Discord. Shout out to everyone in there.
Yeah, bro. That's a good shout. That's a good shout. All right, guys. Well, I know that everybody is chomping at the bit. Can't wait to dive into this culinary delicacy that is before them. So give us just a second. We'll be right back. Hey, check out this ad that we got here. It's a podcast that, we've been trying to team up with to get some more views. So go listen to them. Check them out. We'll be right back with New Stuff Cafe.
Most food critics are all about those fancy high-end meals no one can actually afford. But what about the rest of us? Who's got our back? Join me, your host, Michael Ornelas, each week on the Fine Dining Podcast as I subject my taste buds to the tepid offerings of every chain restaurant in America. IHOP? Done. Cracker Barrel?
Without a doubt.
P.F. Chang's?
You bet I've been there too.
It's my mission to find the ultimate mediocre dining experience, because who said mid can't be midnificent? It's not fancy dining, but it's fine dining. Check out the Fine Dining Podcast wherever you prefer to listen.
All right, guys, welcome back to New Stuff Cafe. Dylan's going to bring us some nerdy news here in just a moment, signing week, all the things that we enjoy and love about nerdy news. But before we do, Robert, what are you guys having?
All right, guys. It's not delivery, it's Digiorno. America's leading frozen pizza manufacturer. I didn't know that until today when I researched for this. They dropped bombs last year on Instagram when they posted a pizza with all the flavors of a Thanksgiving meal in one slice. It was only available via their website, and it sold out in less than 1 minute, proving that we truly are just heinous creatures here in America. This year, Digiorno has brought the pizza back, but they put it in grocery stores to give all of us a chance to try what I imagine has to be a food crime of the highest order. The toppings of this pizza are as follows. We have mozzarella and cheddar cheese, a gravy drizzle, topped with green beans, crispy onions, cranberries, and, of course, roasted turkey. And this...
Did you say there's mashed potatoes on that too?
No, just gravy.
So here's what I
That
don't
would make it a
understand.
little more appetizing.
Why not have like some macaroni or something on there? Like, how you not
May as well. I think maybe they were trying to get a flavor combo of like stuff that blends. I don't know.
Nah, bro,
But-
there's nothing. Let me tell you what, bro. These green beans ain't blending into nothing. I don't care what you say.
I feel like
It's-
mozzarella cheese is the weirdest choice for a Thanksgiving pizza.
Mozzarella and cheddar cheese.
I mean,
really?
cheddar you could maybe get by with because, like Virgil said, you could say, "Oh, that's part of the macaroni and cheese."
Ah,
It's not macaroni and cheese, bro. It's just cheese. Nobody's just eating cheese at Thanksgiving and it ain't attached to nothing. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, that's just weird, dog.
The gravy does look questionable on this pizza. I ain't gonna lie.
Virgil made a suggestion before we came onto the air live here that to get a before tasting feeling or before tasting thoughts and then get their response afterwards. So Virgil, how you feeling?
So, you know how like the first time when you were getting on a roller coaster and you saw that it was going up and it was going down and it was going all around and your stomach's like, man, I don't know, bro, this seems real bad. That's how I felt the moment that I opened up this pizza and I stared at it like, seems like a really bad idea as it glistens. Bro, glistens. Pizza don't glisten, dog. Like, I don't know what this glistening is. But you know.
It's gravy drizzle.
No, bro. That don't make it.
Is that drizzle?
But I guess for science, bro, like, I mean, I've done a lot of crazy things, but gosh, man, I don't know. I don't know.
If you can find this pizza, I think it's largely sold out now. It'll set you back $11.99. I actually ran into Virgil in the grocery store when I happened to be buying this. The look on his face was priceless. And he immediately said, hey, bro, I want in on this. And I kept the receipt. He thought I forgot. So here he is now. I feel great. I'm ready.
That's funny. Dylan, you all right up there?
It smells like a musty chicken pot pie.
Ooh.
That's
bro.
good. That's good.
A
adjective.
musty chicken pot pie, though. Now that's a smell, dog. Like,
All right, skull boys.
Oh,
are we going? Bone apple teat.
There it is. Dylan
try
put me
to get
away,
a
bro. I cannot stand when Dylan eats right into the mic either, dude. I have to listen to the gravy drizzle. You can find us on YouTube
You know what?
or wherever you prefer. Okay, bro. Dylan's so nasty. Well,
I like it.
do you?
That's crazy.
He's right. It's dog. It ain't. No, bro. It's weird.
Is it like despicable weird, or is it just like
Tastes just like Thanksgiving, bro. But
I
If
hate
your
to say that he's
Thanksgiving
right.
tastes like this, I'm feel sorry for you.
I mean, like whoever put this together had to be working flavor wise, because as a flavor person, this don't seem like it should work, but it's not.
it's not a bad bite, is it? I know. It's
It's
shocking.
not bad. Like it really isn't. Like it's not disgusting. The pizza dough actually weirdly tastes like stuffing, bro. Like
I'm saying.
it works. It's literally like you took your plate and just kind of mixed it up, and this is what was out. This is
Like,
what was
look,
out there, bro.
I'm never going to eat this again. Let's get that right.
Big
I did
facts.
this as a novelty. But I'm saying, if it's trying to give you Thanksgiving in a bite, it did that. The green beans are weird, but the rest of it.
Yeah, the green.
Yeah, they could have kept those off.
That green bean like squished and squirted, and I was like,
Well, dude, oh my God, I have to remember this family show. I do want to shout out Digiorno because they included the pan to bake this in, which I appreciated.
Sure.
We're going to talk about unsung heroes later on in this show. But back in the day, Freshetta was my unsung hero of frozen pizzas because they always gave you a little pan to cook the pizza on and made it all nice and crispy.
You know what? I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to call DiGiorno out. But, bro, they ain't pushing more pies than Tostinos, bro. You know, ketchup on a cracker, bro. Y'all ain't pushing no. Y'all ain't.
Well, I did some research into this because I wanted to, find out about this brand. And they sell more pizzas than any other brand, even the cheap one. I was shocked too. I thought like a Jack's, because you can buy like 2 Jacks for the cost of one DiGiorno. I go to Sam's and buy 3 of them for what I paid for this Thanksgiving pizza.
Red Barons used to be super cheap too.
Yeah, or Tombstone? I was thinking Tombstone.
Man, Tombstone, yeah. Do they still make those, man?
Oh yeah, dude, they still out there, bro. Right next to Jack's.
If you're eating a Tombstone pizza, you've already been defeated by life.
I feel like, hold on.
Hey, bro,
I mean, that's Jack's and all of them, though. Come on.
Are these stats like how much money they made or how much like units they sold?
Highest grossing, some money.
Okay, so I feel like here's the thing. I feel like you probably get more sold in like the lower end pizzas like Jack's or versus like something like this, because this is more, I would consider DiGiorno like the higher end pizza, because I mean they ain't cheap. Like you can get a Little Caesars pizza for cheaper. But I feel like this is for frozen pizza. DiGiorno's like up there.
Yeah, DiGiorno has 16% of the market share. Red Baron has 14% of the market share.
I told you, Red Baron, right there. That's crazy.
You can't mess with Red Baron, bro.
Tombstone's down here with 6%.
Red Baron apart is probably just that like $4 or $5 per pizza difference.
Yeah, there are some
crazy,
high-priced DiGiornos out there.
You know what's crazy? If you really look into it, they're probably all owned by the same freaking brand, bro. That's the way it usually runs anyway.
Yeah. Well, there you go, friends. Thanksgiving pizza's a win. Sounds good.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it a win. I mean, if you can't cook Thanksgiving, then yeah. I mean,
or if you need
for the rest of us
Thanksgiving
out
in
here,
a
nah, bro.
pinch.
It's a nice little novelty, but nah, I'm good.
Bro, this is how I'm pulling up to my parents' Thanksgiving gathering this year. I'm bringing one of these. It's my contribution.
Well, there you go. All right. You guys know what's up during New Stuff Cafe now. We've moved it to Sweet Baby Dylan time and nerdy news. Dylan, hit us, bro.
Yes, sir. So every time you tune in to an episode of the Nerdy Reads podcast, we expect some of the latest and greatest news from across the nerdverse. And every week we like to kick it off with a little bit of a sighting. And gentlemen, I got something pretty interesting today. And it's coming from the, what was it called? The Motherland. Coming from the motherland, all right?
Wait, your
like
motherland
Russia?
or my motherland? I got
We talking we talking Russia, all right?
Russia.
I got a little TikTok to show you guys here.
So I guess not your motherland. Virgil.
not my motherland.
But all right.
You threw him off his game, bro.
Let's lock in. Let's lock in. All
Lock
right?
it in,
this
bro.
story here is crazy. All right.
You know, there's a ghost radio station in Russia that no one claims to be running. UVB 76 has been broadcasting for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for over 40 years. It's usually just an eerie, monotonous buzzing sound with a foghorn sound every few minutes. But once or twice a week, it's interrupted by a Russian voice saying several random words. No one has ever admitted to running the station, but many believe it could be run by the Russian military to warn for nuclear attacks or transmit secret codes. It's thought most likely to be a number station, which is characterized by broadcasts of formatted numbers, which are believed to be addressed to intelligence officers operating in foreign countries. But crazier conspiracies claim that they're communicating with aliens. Here's what it sounds like.
Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. 82 890. Женя, Анна, Николай, Роман.
That's it. That's our sighting this week.
Well, all right.
How do you guys feel about that?
So basically, it's saying that there's some sort of tower that's constantly transmitting communication somewhere.
But no one knows where it's coming from. No one knows why or what it's for. But every now and then, that little audio recording comes through.
Some kids found that frequency and they're playing pranks.
You think so?
I guess that they just ordering vodka, bro. I mean, like it's right. It's just a vodka order, bro. They ran out. Every once in a while, they just go. You know, it is what it is. Don't let them do what they do.
Woof. Sweet.
Is that you, bro?
It is.
Nice.
You're welcome.
It's aliens.
It's aliens.
It is.
Listen, I think all these kind of transmissions like this are always questionable. It's weird. You never know. Maybe we're sending some sort of transmission out to another planet, talking to aliens. I'll buy into that. Sure.
I mean, they are Russian than they were. I mean, at one point in time, you know, we were fighting to get to space, so it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, bro.
You never know, man. All kinds of weird stuff out there. Like earlier this week, I heard about like aliens in the ocean as being talked about.
Yeah,
that
was something that I do plan on doing a little more of a deep dive in and bringing into a future sighting. Because I know there have been rumors about, like you said, aliens in the ocean and some stuff going on with that. So it's been like confirmed by Congress and all that stuff. So,
well, you know, they say that's the reason why. I mean, that's the big conspiracy theory why NASA went, you know, they started paying attention to space because they started finding things down there that they didn't want the rest of the world to know. So they were just like, hey,
bro, I literally typed in AL, and the first thing that comes up in my Google search bar is aliens in the ocean Congress.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
Hey, it's a real thing, bro.
There it is. Okay. Dylan, we need a deep dive into that, bro.
Yeah, I'll definitely. That's on the back burner. I already had this one in the clip, so you know what I'm saying. So I went ahead and I got to reload, and I'll come back next week.
If he was real, he would just go ahead and loop that into Cloverfield because that was what happened in Cloverfield.
That is basically the story of
running straight all
Cloverfield.
in there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Good stuff, bro.
I mean, it's believable though. Like, you know, have you seen some of the stuff? Like, bro, squids are not normal, dog. I don't care.
They aren't, dude.
Normal, bro. They're not. Cuttlefish are not normal. Like, you see the weirdest stuff in the ocean. So, yeah.
You heard it here first. Deep dive on the alien oceans next week on Nerdy Read Podcast.
Oh, Nerdy Read's turned into a whole different type of show. Like, we need to start a conspiracy corner, bro. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Conspiracy corner.
Listen, bro. If we ever decided that we were starting a show called Conspiracy Corner, Go ahead, bro. Sign me up.
Hey, bro.
Sign me up, bro. I'll be the new Fox Mulder of the world.
Nah,
bro.
I would love to do Conspiracy Corner and make the most ridiculous things ever said, bro. Like just diving into deep holes. I'm for it.
Yeah,
oh, yep. Well, while Virgil's over there diving into deep holes,
Dylan, what a segue.
We're gonna get a little more saucy with Robert's favorite thing and talk about this upcoming McRib sauce that McDonald's is dropping. You can get this in a giant bottle. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what a way to get the
I love
Christmas
the ugly
spirit.
Christmas sweater on it.
And guys, you heard it here first. We're having a McRib chugging contest on the Nerdy Reads podcast.
I'm not gonna be present for that episode, bro.
Come on, Virgil.
A whole lot of
Come on,
McRib.
Make the return.
Bro,
though.
how about first and foremost, y'all gotta find one of them because y'all know it's gonna be sold out.
That's true too.
I'm checking it out right now, guys. So check it out. You go to the website, a whole lot of McRibSauce.com. It's starting November 25th. Starting November 25th at 10 a.m. While supplies last, they're $19.99 each. I guarantee you these things sell out within the first 20 minutes.
If I do this, can we all just do it and play the song "Shots" in the background as we take shots of McRib sauce? Though
I mean,
So-
yeah, dude.
This coming Monday from this recording, I'm going to get on this website at 10 a.m. and I'm going to try and buy a jug of this sauce and I'll report back.
Wait, do you have to do it on the website or can you just pull up to the drive-thru?
No, it's website only.
What?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'm going to try and
pull
get
up
a
to the
sauce,
drive-thru.
a jug of sauce. How big is
So
it?
y'all gotta help me. I haven't eaten a McRib in a long time, but I'm pretty sure the last time I ate a McRib, the sauce tastes like mop bucket water. But I might be wrong.
We're chugging mop bucket water.
There it
here on the
is.
Nerdy Reads podcast.
What a great piece of news. My favorite piece of news we've had in a long time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's what we're going to be saying when we chug it.
Hey, bro, that is disturbing. That might even be more disturbing than this pizza to be chugging that sauce.
Mm-hmm. We're here.
I don't look forward to that.
Yep.
Bro, I hope as we move towards the new year, bro, that some things get left behind in 2024. Jugs of McRib sauce that nobody asked for is definitely one of those things on my bingo card.
How
that
dare
needs to
you?
get left.
I
What
feel
you
like
mean?
McRib fans like Robert over here is definitely asking.
Bro, you
for
out
the
here
whole thing.
eating shoe what are they shoe soles, bro? You out here eating them bad boys. Hey, bro, ain't no McRib, ain't no rib on the planet boneless.
Hey, dude, full disclaimer. It's a pork patty that is shaped to resemble a rack of ribs. And I used to really like that sandwich until I got one that wasn't properly sauced up. That'll ruin it for you real quick. Next.
You know what's crazy is when we was in elementary school, bro, those were the same things that they used to serve. And I remember them things looked disgusting, dog. Like they would just sit in the grease. And then you put the sauce on the side, bro. I'm not putting that in my mouth. Pause again, dog. Like it's wild. It is wild.
You don't put that mystery McMeat in your mouth?
Oh. There it is.
And it didn't help when the internet's like, hey, did you know that McRibs made out of shoe soles, dog? I was like, wait, what? They was like, it got the same ingredients as in the bottom of the soles of your shoes, bro. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's funny.
I guess if they throw them onions on there, you're going to think, it makes you think differently. It makes it feel fresh or something. I don't know.
I want to say something real quick before we move into the next thing. I just found an article about the aliens in the ocean real quick. And it's the best titled article I've seen by Riverfront Times. So shout out to those guys. It says, you're worried about aliens in the ocean? My guy, have you seen what's already down there?
Yeah.
Article.
Where's the lie, dog? Where's the lie? Where's the lie, bro?
Love it. Go check that out. This is funny.
Listen, we're going to move to something a little bit more wholesome than aliens in the ocean real quick. And have you guys seen the new How to Train Your Dragon trailer?
Looks pretty good, bro. I mean, it looks pretty spot on.
Yeah, I'm about to
pull
pull
it
up and
watch it.
watch it. I don't know if you guys are How to Train Your Dragon fans, but I am. Okay, so we're gonna watch.
I mean, you do
I'm a
have
fan.
something in common with the main dragon, so I get it.
I'm a fan.
Hey, well, let's calm down. Let's
Oh, that was
Hey, bro, you took that to
God,
heart.
bro. What a shot.
This is How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
They make a live action one?
Yeah, no, like it's impressive. Wait till you
All right,
see
I'm
Toothless.
more interested now. I didn't know this was happening.
But you will.
Hey, shout out to them for making Toothless look like he does in the cartoon and not pulling the Sonic the Hedgehog.
They fixed Sonic. He looks good.
He does now. He didn't at first.
Dude, that Toothless does look. That looks just like the movie.
He does.
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
Who's this actor?
I have no idea.
I forgot his name.
So I have a question for you guys.
Is this pretty much the same movie regurgitated into?
I hope it isn't.
Like, is this necessary?
Pretty
Could
much
you just
is.
watch How to Train Your Dragon?
It feels like from what I just watched, it all looks like scenes I saw in the actual movie. That
But
Yeah,
then you
there's like
say
a
that-
side by side of the trailer.
But,
It's
I mean,
literally-
if you say that, y'all got to look at it like this, though. I mean, you got to think the original How to Train Your Dragon came out in like 15, maybe even more so years ago than that. Like,
Why
it's
you
been a
hurt
long
me
time.
this
So
way?
it's a whole nother generation. Like, you know, it's kind of the same way when they did Lion King. I mean, like,
Yep.
for us, it was unnecessary, but, you know, there's a whole bunch of kids that had never seen it before. So, and then, you know, there's been cartoons and stuff. So, I mean, why not just reboot it and make it live and kids love it? So that's what I'm thinking.
Well, that is. I didn't know they were doing that. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm here for. Justin's audio is messing up over there. I think
Yeah,
it's
fixed
better
it.
now.
Speaking of movie weekends, it's gonna be a crazy movie weekend this weekend with The Wicked and Moana 2 and Gladiator, bro. We had a blockbuster weekend like this since pre-2020 days.
and that
I think-
Gladiator 2 looks good too.
Gladiator 2 looks amazing. Wicked and Moana 2 are going to be throwing blows for that box office.
I'm calling it right now, bro. Moana, because the kids love Moana. So
Oh, Moana's good too, though, man.
It is. This
I
is
like
something to feel.
Moana. Come on, man. Who doesn't like Maui? Come on.
yeah.
He's that dude.
Is that,
So I
is
mean,
that
I'll
the
be,
guy
I'll
that
be
the
there
Rock
to see
plays?
Moana, and I'll definitely go see Gladiator. But we gotta find the time to find Gladiator, man. I got to see Gladiator. Set aside 4 hours though, because you know.
If you guys see me on TikTok singing in a theater, mind your business.
Hey guys, today we're going to get into some book happenings. You guys know we've been trying to keep these episodes a little shorter and throw in our main episodes with stuff that is more, in line with if you didn't read the book, you can still get something out of this. And so we're an all killer, no filler kind of day. This segment is sponsored by Anime Tofu. Go check that out. It's a show that 3 of us in here are actually on regularly. So we talk about anime, all that fun stuff. So go check that out. So first up, we got Stephen King's new book, Never Flinch. Robert, give us the rundown.
All right, bro. Stephen King announced his new book, Never Flinch. It has fan favorite returning characters like Holly Gibney, what up, and gospel singer Sista Bessie. Stephen King has announced that this will hit shelves May 27th. It's going to feature intertwining storylines, one about a killer on a diabolical revenge mission, and another about a vigilante stalking a feminist celebrity speaker. I'm looking forward to it. I love Stephen King. This is a day one for me. And in honor of this, I wanted to drop off. We're going to do our top 3 nerdy read Stephen King novels.
Heck yeah. I'm actually really excited for this too. This book looks really, really cool. You can actually go read a little clip from this, and I can tell you that this is a day one. We will be covering this 100%.
Are we talking thriller or more on the horror side, or kind of mixture of both?
He's going
Mixture
back to
of
that
both.
thriller from what it sounds like.
So for our top 3, the first one, we're going to throw out. We covered it on this show. You have to go back to episode 33 of this podcast, but it's Holly. Holly Gibney's in the new book. Holly Gibney is in some of my favorite Stephen King novels, Mr. Mercedes, Finders Keepers, most recently Holly. Fantastic novel. The basic gist is she's a private detective, and she takes on a missing person case involving a pair of the most diabolical old people you'll ever read about. So check it out, dude.
That's still, to this day, one of my favorite books that we've done on this show. Stuck with me. It messed me up. I needed like 4 or 5 days to recover from reading that one.
Diabolical for old people, though.
Couldn't even look at it. It made you not want to help anybody anymore.
True story. We were down by the river, and this guy was getting all the stuff out of his car, and he had like a cane or something, and he was struggling, and we're walking, and we just walked by, and Veronica's like, "You're not going to ask to help him?" I was like, "Babe, I just read Holly." And she's like, "Go help him." So I helped this dude get his little tent out and set up his little section where he was like selling stuff. But yeah, good stuff. Holly made me not trust the elderly. That's what's
fun fact about Holly. The episode that we did on that inspired my mother, who was also named Holly, to start reading again. She read Holly like not shortly after she listened to that episode.
Holly, thanks for listening.
Thank you. I love that. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Coming in at number 2 is going to be It. I can't talk about Stephen King without talking about It. This novel masterfully blends horror with coming-of-age storytelling. It follows a group of kids you all know as the Losers Club confronting that shape-shifting entity, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, dude. And just mentioning this book makes me want to read it all over again. Pennywise is iconic. He's an iconic horror character, and next year he's coming back with that. What is it? Welcome to Derry.
Yep.
HBO series, dude. Easy number 2 is It for me. And our third choice, Justin, what's up, man?
Oh, dude, you're making me pick out of this now?
Yeah,
it's so funny.
You didn't eat the pizza, buddy, so
because we were discussing, we were going back and forth today. We're like, all right, let's just pick the top 3 that we think is a collab. And he said, all right, it's got to be It. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I said, one of these 3. And I sent him 3, and I go, I don't care which one, dude. I don't feel like we could go wrong. And now he's just throwing me under the bus. Okay.
I couldn't pick.
All right, I'm just going to go off of something that we've done on this show, just to point you guys back to more episodes of Nerdy Read Podcast.
Is it fairy tale?
It is definitely not fairy tale. Not to say you don't want to read fairy tale. We've said that before. It's not a bad book, but we're going to go to You Like It Darker. I mean, if you're looking for a cool book with, short chunks of stories to get into, it's very satisfying to be able to open up a book and finish a story in 30 minutes. And then you have an opportunity to read another one that could take you, a few hours, from like Danny Coughlin's Bad Dreams. So there's just a lot in there, a lot of different variety of stuff. And actually that was a fun ride. So You Like It Darker. You can't go wrong with a lot of Stephen King's. When we were trying to pick 3, it came very apparent that Stephen King is part of it. He just has so many iconic
Y'all left out some majors that I'm surprised. Like, man, I love.
Bro, we could have done a top 25.
Read or Salem's, especially Salem's Lot. Which
that was one of the 3 I sent him. Pet Sematary and Salem's Lot were the other 2.
Salem's Lot, bro. And Christine's actually really, really good too.
Carrie,
did he do Maximum Overdrive as well? Was that his book? I know he didn't do the movie, but was that his book?
I don't know about Maximum.
I need to check into Maximum Overdrive, but I mean, like like you said, you couldn't go wrong, and there's so much iconic. The Stand, man.
The Dark Tower series, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, there's just so much.
You can if you watch a movie, you can go wrong.
Well, let's be real though. There's a lot of Stephen King movies that you could go wrong with. Like, Children of the Corn didn't do that book very much justice. The movie's fine, but the book was. Go check all that out. Stephen King, he's the man. So we're looking forward to his new book. All right, guys, we're going to have a this or that. Today, we're going to ask the tough questions. This is This or That Nerdy Reads edition. So we're going to ask some rapid fire questions. You guys have 1 minute apiece to answer it. You may not even need a minute for some of these. And we'll start out easy. Remember, this isn't like a thing that you can't enjoy both. You may enjoy both. This is more of a preference thing. So number 1, ebook or physical? Robert, we'll start with you.
Dang, dude, that's tough. I'm I'm gonna go ebook just because of convenience. And I'm also that weirdo that buys the physical book because I like owning it, but then I read the ebook.
Freak. Dylan.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ebook all the way. I'm not afraid to admit I'm an iPad kid. I need that constant stimulation. So, sitting.
We need to get my man Dylan some help, bro.
This has been an episode of one-liners, boy. Virgil, what about you, man?
Man, we're gonna have to call an ambulance for my man Dylan over, bro. Call an ambulance. Man, look at it. Look at them, Americans. Look at y'all over there. I need convenience. Nah, I mean, we ain't doing no convenience. I like books. I guess because I read a lot of, I still read a lot of graphic novels. So I'm big on just actually holding, the book that weighs 10 ton. And I just like having it around, man. Plus, when you're on your iPad and stuff and you're reading, people want to bother you. You got a book, bro. Don't nobody ask questions. They just leave
That's
you
true.
alone. I like the book, bro. I'm old school.
I like the physical book myself too. And a lot of it is because if I'm reading before I go to bed, I feel like I sleep better if I if I don't have the whatever light in my face.
Blue light.
Yeah. So I enjoy it. I feel like I stare at a screen long enough, but I do like ebooks too. So I mean, again, this is a preference thing, but physical books, bro. Physical. All right, next up we got read in silence or read with music. We'll just keep it going, Robert. We'll just keep this order.
I read in silence. I can't listen to any type of music. I have to like focus on what I'm reading to try and retain it. And if there's music in the background, it's over for me.
It really just depends. I can do both. I think I lean more towards silence because it does allow me to focus a lot more. But depending on the situation, I wouldn't mind a little bit of like music as long as it doesn't have lyrics. If it's like an instrumental in the background, kind of chill.
Yeah.
Set the tone.
I have to agree with them. I got to read in silence because, it's hard to not quote the lyrics of Pusha T selling weight while reading the book. So I'm
I like that the music you went to was Pusha T.
Hey.
So I'm just being honest, bro.
I get it, dude.
I'm just going. I need the silence, dog, because otherwise it's concert. It's concert.
Yeah. I get it. I'm the same way, bro. I can't listen to anything, dude. I get way too distracted. My mind starts to wander.
Yep.
All right. So next question we got here is fantasy or sci-fi, your genre preference. Robert, what you got?
Oh, dude, easy fantasy. If you've listened to the show at all, it's a no-brainer. I don't even need to get into it. It's fantasy.
Dylan, I'm sure I know your answer too. Go ahead, bro.
See,
and why
you might be a little bit okay. Listen, sci-fi all the way. Fantasy's cool, but sci-fi is just fantasy, but in the future. So, I mean, you can't get any better than that.
All right. Virgil?
Man, if we was on Drink Champs, bro, I'd be taking a shot because I like both. But I have to agree with Dylan on the sci-fi, man. It's just things like Aliens and Cyberpunk and like Ready Player One, man. Just like that stuff is just Terminator. It's just so crazy to me, man. I really like that type of stuff. I still love my fantasy. Don't get me wrong, but I like the stuff in the future.
I get that. I like both of these as well. I mentioned I like Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's been the thing I've been into. But, dude, I'll take swords, orcs, goblins, wizards, knights all day long, son. Fantasy all the way.
That's all right, bro. Tell us that you roll dice in D&D.
Hey, listen, dude. If we all wanted to start a campaign, just know that I would. That I would. And Virgil, what I'm hearing is you're in. Okay.
Nah, bro, my black card don't swing that way. I'm cool, dog. I can't.
Virgil's our cleric. All right, here we go. Next we got. All right, who you taking? You taking a dragon, or a talking cat as your sidekick? Robert.
My Lance, how's it not the dragon?
A talking cat. The dragon doesn't talk.
But you know what, dude? I've been watching Dan to Dan and the Talking Cat, and that show's pretty funny. It's dragon.
All right, Dylan.
No question. I'm taking a dragon.
All right, Virgil.
Man, y'all wild. Meowth? Y'all just gonna do Meowth like that? What was his name in Bleach? Nah, man. And I play a lot of Monster Hunter World. And that cat in Monster Hunter ain't no joke, and they talk. Yeah. So I'm taking the Monster Hunter cat. Get your dragon slayed by my Monster Hunter cat.
Listen, dude. Virgil, I'll take the cat with you, bro. Where are you gonna put your dragon at? You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to hang out with your dragon, dude. You get to hang out with your cat, dude. Y'all chill, watch some TV with your cat, play games with your cat. You know what I mean? Next up, we got standalone or series. What are you more of a fan of? Do you prefer a standalone book, or do you like a series, Robert?
Man, that is that's tough.
Now, this is preference. You can like both. Just remember, this isn't I hate this and like this. This is what's your preference? What are you drawn to?
Younger Robert preferred series.
Sure.
Now Robert, I like standalone because for whatever reason, like if I'm gonna get into something and I see it's like 12 books long,
right?
I'm like, man. But if I go read like a nice little standalone novel, I feel good. It's like complete. I got a whole tale, and then I can move on to something else.
Yep. Dylan?
See, I feel like Robert kind of what you were saying, you know, if you see a series that's like 12 books long, you're like, man, you don't want to go through all that. So you would prefer the standalone. But if you catch a series like right at when it starts and you got to wait those gaps and to the next one and the next one and having that anticipation and that wait time in between each, whether it's a book or a show or even like movie series, I feel like that like is unmatched. Like I can think of countless shows, you know, before we had all the streaming services that we do that I would watch, and each week, you know, you get one new episode, and it's like there's nothing that beats that. Like that anticipation, that cliffhanger, that like, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And then I think that if it's a series like that, I would go with that.
All right, Virgil.
I like what Dylan was saying. Like, I feel a lot of what Dylan was saying, and I feel a lot of what BJ was saying. You know, at one point in time when I was younger, man, I was here for the series, but, you know, everything wasn't in your face. Mm-hmm. My problem with now, though, is that I feel like series go on too long or there's too far gaps. And the reason why I bring this up, you know, at Anime Tofu, we were talking about our favorite series. And 3 of our favorite series are one-shotters that we still watch now and still talk about. And I'm talking about Cowboy Bebop. I'm talking about Samurai Champloo. And I'm talking about Death Note. Yeah. And, like, nothing compares. They're one-shotters, and nothing compares to that. Mm-hmm. Not even in the slightest bit. And the same thing with certain books. Like, to me, had Jurassic Park not been a series, that would have been, it was so much more impactful in that one book that's so much different than what we actually got. I love a series and I do like the anticipation, but now we live in the era of like, oh, the anticipation ain't never gonna come. Ask George R.R. Martin, bro, when we gonna get that book? It ain't happening. Why don't we go ask Gabe Newell when we gonna see Half-Life 3, bro? It ain't happening. So at the point, I'm just like, man, just give me my story and just let me show up and show out one time and then let it be over, bro, because y'all ain't finishing this stuff no more.
Yeah. I like series, and there have been a lot that I have enjoyed. I stand on the standalone myself. Even in, you know, you just mentioned a little bit, Virgil, in gaming. I love when people bring fresh and new ideas and we get this one thing that's amazing and then that's it. And I stand. This is what happens to me with books too. If a book goes too long, I start I'm ready for it to be done after a while. And with a series, it's just a lot of that, you know. And so I like to have just a book that you pick up, you read, and then you're gone. You're gone.
There are some series that do that for me though. Like I get into it, and I'm like, oh man, I'll read 5 of these. But like The Wheel of Time is a great example. People have told me for years to read this. I think it's a good touching point on what Dylan said. Had I gotten to The Wheel of Time before it was finished, I probably would have loved it going book to book when the new releases drop. But now that it's a finished thing and you can read it all, they're like, hey, dude, read Wheel of Time. Friend of the show, Alex Button. He tries to get me to read that series all the time. All I see is 14 books that are 800 to 1,400 pages long.
That's the big thing. And that's like even with Dragonlance where we're at now. Like we're reading these new ones. And because we're reading them as they drop, it's so much more accessible, really. Yeah. Versus, hey, here's 8 books. Go read them now. And then it's just like binging a show, like sometimes by the time I'm getting close to the end of it, I'm like, I'm just ready to be done with it now. I need to power through. All right, next up, we got small town setting or big city. What do you guys prefer in your stories? Do you have a preference, Robert?
Let's go small town, dude. We live in small towns. Weird stuff happens in small towns. I'm going small town.
Yeah. Man.
Go ahead, Virgil. I want to hear your rebuttal immediately, dude. You were
First
ready.
and foremost, we live in a small town, bro. We live in a suburb of like one of the largest cities in the United States.
It's so
He's like, we live in a small town. No, we don't, bro. No, we don't.
Basically,
no,
live in
bro. You
Louisville.
got a Best Buy 5 minutes away from your house, bro. That is a small town.
Yeah, dude. So, dude,
good point. Valid
facts, though. I mean, because you could say Jeff and New Albany, all that stuff, small town, but it's not really.
It's not. It's part of the.
I was talking about where I'm talking about Sellersburg.
It is what it is. But
the Berg.
He's right though when it comes, especially when it comes to horror.
Oh yeah,
it makes a lot of sense. Now, when you're dealing with sci-fi, because a lot of sci-fi takes place in space, so I mean that's different. But when you're dealing with horror, man, I gotta go with the small town feel, unless it's set in like Japan or something, or China, because there's a lot more to it there. So I agree on that. But yeah, bro, I don't think we in a small town. Like, there's too many people here for it to be considered a small town.
Yeah, Dylan.
I mean, I would just say it depends on the genre and the book, or. Because I mean, obviously, me being more like a comic guy, a lot of that stuff happens in the big cities. But then, like kind of like Virgil was saying, you get a horror book like Small Town that just instantly gives it like 50 creepy points. So, I mean, it really just depends on the genre of the book.
Sure, but you have to pick one. What's your preference? It doesn't mean you dislike the other.
I'll do big city.
All right, big city. I took you.
You got big city dreams over. Okay.
All right. Yeah, small town for horror, for sure. All right, here we go. These two often get clumped together. So what are your preferences between horror and thriller?
Horror.
I'm going to say horror just because that's what I've really been into when it comes to reading recently. So I'm going to go with that.
Virgil.
Thriller. It's about the thrill of the chase, man. And with Seven being one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite stories, it's all about that chase, dude. It's just crazy. Yeah, I gotta go with thriller.
Yeah, I like thrillers too. They used to get clumped together. Oftentimes when you read a horror, it's a horror/thriller, but I'm gonna go horror, bro. I need that craziness. That's what I like about Stephen King, bro. There's always just something crazy going on. All right, last one. This is kind of something near and dear to our hearts here at the Nerdy Reads Podcast. Do you like reading alone, or do you like to be in a book club? Do you like to read with others? Robert.
I actually enjoy buddy reading. I like the book club. I like having conversations with people about what I'm reading. I think that's awesome. So yeah, dude, definitely. If anybody wants to buddy read something, get at me. I'll read it.
I got so much to say.
The term buddy read is such a funny term to me.
I got so much to say. Hey, you want a buddy read? Hey, no, bro. I'm not interested.
Hey, you want a buddy read with me, bro?
Nah, bro.
Come on, Virgil. It's all buddy. Let's have a buddy read, bro. It's all buddy read together.
We're gonna be the buddy book club.
The buddy book. Oh my gosh!
My man's over here enjoying Oprah, bro. So
we just renamed our podcast and we added Virgil. We are now the Buddy Book Club.
Welcome to episode 1.
Bro, if we could do this show in cardigans every single week.
Oh my gosh!
We better not have no acronym for the name.
Oh my god! Oh my god, bro!
Okay. All right. I think we're done with this one. We gotta move on, bro. I'm not even. Nobody else can answer this question.
Well, we're still the Nerdy Reads podcast.
I don't know what I signed up for tonight, but boy, I'm glad I'm here for
God,
it.
my stomach hurts now after that, dude. My stomach hurts. All right. Today we are also going to be discussing our favorite unsung heroes. Right now it's Dylan. Dylan's an unsung hero for that one. But we're doing that. In every story, there's those people, they shine brightly in the spotlight. And then you have your unsung heroes, those people who impact and are often go unnoticed, but they are the champions. They have a lasting legacy. And today we're sharing each a couple of our favorite unsung heroes from stories, books, movies, whatever it is you guys want to do. But we'll start with you, Robert. What's your first choice for an unsung hero?
I've been reading a lot of Harry Potter. I just finished book 5 today. Neville Longbottom, bro.
Okay.
He was
Neville
on the list.
Dude,
He was. Yeah, that's good.
He's the man, bro.
Dude, ever since I've been revisiting the series, he starts off as like just this like nerdy, timid kid who's kind of like the butt of the joke, and then he turns into like this symbol of bravery. Like this homie showed up at the end of Order of the Phoenix, broken nose, punched in the mouth. He's all like, Harry, I'll save you. Still fighting Death Eaters while he's getting wrecked. I'm like, dude, look at Neville, 10 toes down against these people.
And you know what's crazy is he got done dirty in the movies, bro. Like he didn't even get the shine that he deserved in the movie.
All right, bro. He still gave Nagini the business, though. What's up, Neville Longbottom? And dude, it's cool. He was like an inch away from actually being the child of prophecy instead of Harry Potter. So, man, Neville Longbottom.
That's a great choice.
Good one, dog.
All right, Dylan, what do you got, man?
Well, I've also been on a Harry Potter journey. Olivia has never seen Harry Potter, and now she is obsessed with it because I got her to watch the movie. And we just finished Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Nice.
And so we're pretty much at the end. We're around in that round in third right now, so we're almost there. And but I would say Dobby is an unsung hero.
Man,
sure.
Yeah, then give you this good.
Yeah.
We just recently did an episode on this in Anime Tofu, so I'm gonna bring up Dan. Let's go there. Hey, bro, unsung hero out in these streets is Turbo Granny.
Hey,
unsung in these streets.
I love Turbo Granny.
The whole story behind the Turbo Granny thing is crazy, just in general. But like, man, such a great character, part of a even better, just general overall anime. She's definitely unsung right there. Except for the first line that she says.
She doesn't give the best first impression, but when you watch more and you get into her backstory, it's like, dang, dude. Wow. But yeah, Turbo Granny's a good shout.
Good. I'm going to go with my very first pick is Samwise Gamgee. I feel like
big facts.
I feel like that dude, when you look at the overall story of Lord of the Rings, the ring doesn't go into Mount Doom without Samwise, and they don't even get there without Samwise, and Frodo's the dude that, we all remember, we think a lot of, and Frodo's the man too. I don't want to like steal anything from Frodo, but Frodo was ready to cave, bro. And Samwise says, nah, bro, we're going to finish this. I'm carrying you. We're doing the thing. He's the man, dude. He fights a spider. Come on, dude. Unsung hero. Love that dude. We all love Aragorn. We all love Legolas. We all love all those characters, but Samwise is the man. Robert, who's your second one, dude?
All right, dude. This one we covered on our show. We covered Vicious and Vengeful. It's going to be Mitch. Vicious was the novel about the villains who got their powers from near-death experiences. But then there's Mitch, the sidekick. He's just a normal human, dude. He's big. He's strong. He fits the bill of a criminal, but he's actually just a super compassionate, loyal dude who happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. And he gets caught up in that war with Victor and Eli. But he like has this unexpected kindness about him throughout the novels, and he's like this shining light in a morally gray universe. I loved Mitch in those books.
Nice. All right, Dylan, hit us with your second one. Mitch is a really good show, by the way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those books whenever we read them. I think for my pick, Let's let Virgil go real quick, and then I'll come back.
Circle back. You can get Jar Jar Binks, man. We got you.
Considering.
Hey, that guy redeemed himself, though. He redeemed himself.
It's true.
So I got one for you. Y'all appreciate this. Unsung hero gets no love, even to this day. Does him wrong. My man Gohan, bro. Like, y'all better put some respect on that man's name, because if it wasn't for Gohan, would none of you fools be fighting Boo? And there wouldn't be nothing else if it wasn't for Gohan. Put some respect on my man's name, bro. Like, they do that, man. They have done that man dirty since the Cell Saga. And, like, you know, he was a little annoying at first, but then he hit that stride, man, and he was one of the best characters for what, like 2 arcs? But it's, you know, after that, they just dropped the ball on this man. So put some respect on Gohan's name.
Hey, I like that shout. Gohan's the man. They disrespected him, but I love Gohan. All right, my second one, last one. I'm actually going to go into the comic book realm here, and I'm going to say Booster Gold. If you know who that dude is.
I like Booster Gold.
Booster Gold. He reminds me of a character. He reminds me of a hero that all of us would be. We would be like, hey, Pepsi, you want to sponsor? I'll put Pepsi on my suit as I go and save the world. Like, I feel like we would all do that. And at the end of the day, if people look at him as this thing, they think, oh, he's just this dummy who's selfish. But he really cares about kids. He wants to save the world. Booster's the man, dude. He's an unsung hero. He always gets overshadowed by all the other giant DC characters. But you know what? Booster Gold, he's one of my favorites. He'll never get a movie, but Booster.
I felt he really shined though during the 52 era.
Yeah, he shined during
like he really shined, but then after that, you're right. Like he just kind of fell off the planet. Like he just comes in and disappears. He's a great character.
Great character.
I feel like that was our introduction into the boys, though. Like I believe if Booster Gold didn't exist, we wouldn't have got like the boys and Invincible, because I felt like he was that character that introduced us into that. He was a little bit more human.
Yeah. Yeah, and he wasn't your typical hero either. He wasn't like this like super pure good. I mean, he had some weird things about him, some weird moral areas that you're like, but at the end of the day, he still was a good dude. So Booster Gold, unsung hero, love that guy. Dylan, your last one, bro.
All right. So I guess this will technically be my second one. I would say, going back to the one I didn't answer, I would say Chester P. Runk from the Flash series. In the later seasons of that show, it kind of went downhill, and I felt like he kind of carried, especially after a lot of the OG team members kind of left the show. And so shout out Chester P. Runk. If you guys don't know who that is, definitely watch The Flash, because, I mean, he alone is worth watching it. So
that's awesome. Well, guys, that is our unsung heroes. We'd love to hear from you. See some comments about your favorite unsung heroes, or even in the Discord, or the comments on this YouTube video. Wherever it is you watch or listen, we'd love to hear from you. So, Robert, you know what time it is.
Man, it's time for What's Hot. We here at the Nerdy Reads Podcast can't cover everything. That's why we bring you something that's popular around the book world. And this week it is Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. This is Stormlight Archive Book 5. It drops on December 6th. It's the explosive climax to the New York Times best-selling high fantasy series, Stormlight Archives. I'm not going to spoil the first 4 books by reading a little blurb about this. So instead, just a quick, the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson's an epic fantasy series set in the storm-battered world of Roshar. It weaves together multiple character arcs, including a broken soldier, a conflicted scholar, and a high prince weighed down by duty as they uncover ancient truths and prepare to face a looming apocalypse, as all high fantasy series seem to do at some point. But this one has intricate world building, a deep magic system, and themes of redemption, honor, and leadership. The series redefines epic fantasy, according to Goodreads, blending personal struggles with grand cosmic stakes. I don't need to tell you that this one's highly rated and reviewed. This newest one is probably one of the highest rated books I've ever highlighted for What's Hot. 4.71 out of 5. And it's not even out yet. This is early readers. The series as a whole, the lowest rated one's like a 4.4.
That's crazy.
So if you're into high fantasy, we get Brandon Sanderson Rex a lot in our Discord. Stormlight Archive should be up your alley.
There you go. All right, guys, that's it for us today. We talked a lot about unsung heroes, some of our this and that questions. We discussed Stephen King. Our boys over here tried a Thanksgiving pizza dish that a couple people said it wasn't that bad, you know? And if you're into trying weird things, then maybe this is for you. And so we have a lot of things coming up. We have a holiday. So this is our last episode until after Thanksgiving. We will return after the Thanksgiving week. But so you're going to want to keep up with some of the things like our Nerdy Reads End of the Year awards and things like that. Robert, where can they find us at?
You can find us over on Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, and YouTube. Like and subscribe at Nerdy Reads Podcast.
We also had our boy Methodical One with us today. And not only is he a host for Anime Tofu, another show that we are all love and are a part of, but he's also into other things. Virgil, go ahead and shout out all of the stuff that you're doing.
As always, it is the holiday season, and let's be honest, man, a lot of y'all ain't never seasoned y'all food in forever. So what you can do is head over to Big Bruh Seasoning, spelled BRUHS. Go ahead and get you some of that, man. Slap it on that turkey, and for the first time ever, your salt and pepper goes into something that's far more flavorful, and it's going to give more color, and it might actually look like it's cooked this year. So go ahead and join us and get in on that. Outside of that, make sure y'all join us for the next episode of Anime Tofu, which I believe is Psychopath. So I'm very interested about that. Don't forget to check out last week's episode about Dan, because it's one of the more high-rated animes that we've talked about. And with that being said, man, I mean, that's pretty much it, bro. Like, it's end of the year. Make sure you enjoy your Thanksgiving food, bro. If it looks undercooked, don't eat it. If it's nasty, don't eat it. And just remember, the Asian places are open if you need food. Don't eat grandma's turkey. That's all pepperoni, bro. Let it go.
There you go. Definitely check out Big Bruhs. You guys know we can't leave an episode. We can't without a little advice from our very own sweet baby Dylan. So Dylan, here we go.
Oh, he's on it. Tonight's going to be good.
Listen. Every champion was once a contender who refused to never give up.
Why are you doing Mike Tyson that way?
I had to do it. Shout out to the greatest boxer of all time, Rocky Balboa.
There it is. All right, guys. Remember, we changed our name to Buddy Book Club. Don't worry about the Buddy Book Club. All right, guys. Just kidding. Hey, here at Nerdy's Podcast, we enjoy a good story. We believe that your story matters. So be good to each other and stay nerdy, our friends. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
Headphones.